Hey everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful day so far. I am just dropping this special little clip into all the episodes. So, no matter what episode you're listening to, this is actually pretty current as of July 2024. I wanted to come on here and just say a big thank you to Earworthy because the Life Shift podcast was just named the best overall podcast of the year in the first Earworthy Independent Podcast Awards. And you've probably seen some articles written about the Life Shift podcast before, written by Earworthy. And now he is launching from his online publication, he is launching these yearly winners of independent podcast awards. And these are specifically for indie podcasters. We are those that wear all the hats. We create the show. Some people write the show. We're producers, sound engineers. We troubleshoot all the tech. We do any kind of research if we need to. We host the shows. We distribute the shows. We do all the things that relate to our shows because we love it. And it's so nice to see my name in a list with some other amazing podcasts like Multispective, which won Best Life Lessons Podcast. Salad with a Side of Fries won Best Health Podcast. Bippity Boppity Business won Best Business Advice Podcast. And there are so many more. And so I just want to come on here and say thank you to Earworthy for not only doing these awards every year and just honoring some of us indie podcasters that sometimes feel like we're just shouting into the void, but we're not. We're just doing what brings us joy, and hopefully through that work it brings other people joy. In my case, for the Life Shift, I hope that each episode finds the ears that needed to hear it the most so that they feel a little less alone in their circumstance. But also, Earworthy writes all these amazing publications pretty much weekly, every week, every weekday, I should say, where he writes on Blogger, Medium, Substack, Tumblr, Vocal, Many Stories, and for other places. And he really just highlights the independent podcasters. So thank you, Frank, for everything you do with Earworthy and for recognizing all of us in the first Earworthy Independent Podcast Awards. If you'd like to read more, please head to medium.com/EAR hyphen WORTHY. Thanks again and enjoy this episode. Hey there, everyone. I just wanted to celebrate a little win for the Life Shift podcast. Today, on Thursday, January 19th, I just got my 15th subscriber to the Patreon page. And I just wanted to remind everyone that that's available. What I've created over there is an option for ad-free episodes that come out 2 days early. I have bonus episode recordings with former guests, which I wanted to share a clip of the most recent bonus episode recording with Kelly Anderson. And then I have a couple options for just general support, which is like the lowest tier. And then the higher tiers are shout outs for people to sponsor 1 or 2 episodes a month. So I just wanted to celebrate this little win. I know this is an indie podcast and we're still growing, but I appreciate all the support that you guys provide. And so I wanted to share just a little clip of Kelly's conversation in the bonus episode where I asked the guests if they have any advice for someone that might want to come on the Life Shift podcast to share their story, and maybe they're a little bit hesitant. And so this was her response, and I thought it was perfect to just share with everyone, just so you can hear some good advice about creating community through your stories. Because as much as we think we're alone in those stories, there's so many things that other people can resonate with your story, even if it's not the exact same situation. So if you are interested, please go to www.thelifeshiftpodcast.com/join, and you'll be able to see all the different options there. Here is a clip of the bonus episode with Kelly Anderson. And thank you so much to the Patreon supporters. And I hope you're sharing your story today.
If there's someone out there that does have a story to share and they're feeling this pull to share it, but also feeling the resistance, I would invite them to really get curious and explore, like, what is that resistance about? Where is that coming from? What are they feeling may be a result of sharing their story? And also to explore, like, what's on the other side of sharing that story? Like, what doors could that open? And I don't mean from a success standpoint, but just what possibilities lie on the other side of sharing a vulnerable story with one person, with a community, and how might that serve not only the individual who has the story to share, but how might that serve those around them that could benefit greatly from that story? And so I think we like to be our own roadblock sometimes, and we like to let fear dictate our decisions. And we talked about this on my episode 6 months ago, that fear is perfectly acceptable. It doesn't have to be a barrier for us to move forward. We can feel the fear and continue to take that inspired action. So that's what it's really about, is just getting curious around that fear rather than letting it freeze us.